Hello, and welcome to All About Film, the podcast, which is all about film. My name's Stephen, and we are coming from you live from Media City, UK. Who do we have with me here today?
We have Olivia Conahan, who is your wonderful producer today, and we actually are going to talk about all about film and all about music videos and everything like that.
How are you feeling, Olivia?
I'm doing good. It's great to actually talk about films and get it out in the world and put it all over the internet.
Yeah.
Reviews. I think that's quite a big thing at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Podcasting and just talking about things in media is just exploding at the moment, and I think it's just kind of like a great opportunity to kind of just get out there and just make something about everything going on at the moment, because there's so much going on, man. There's just everything. So
yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. There's so much that you can get reviewed on. There's so much that you can just start talking about and have discussions about.
We could be here all day, but
literally,
we won't be, because we've got other things
we
to
won't.
do.
Yes, definitely.
So, my name's Stephen, and I am the people listening that don't know, I'm the founder of Spread Like Wildfire Films. Olivia, I don't know if you know, but I'm starting a production company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, actually. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that.
Yeah, so Spread Like Wildfire Films is the name of the company that kind of runs All About Film, the podcast. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at SLWF Films. And yeah, if you like the podcast, make sure to follow us there on both platforms. We're also on Facebook. Tweet us, let us know what you think. If you got any questions for the next episodes, I'm sure there will be more episodes.
Oh, hopefully, definitely. It'd also be great if people give feedback as well.
Yeah, feedback
on what you think would be good. It's obviously our first one, so it's not going to be perfect.
No.
And we ask for nice comments about that, but you never know.
Thank you, Olivia.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's talk about more kind of like what we're doing here before we go on to our like news topics and stuff like that. So, what All About Film is it's a podcast that does what it says on the tin, basically. So, All About Film, we're talking everything about film and kind of like recorded media. So that could be anything really, because we're in like the film industry. We could be talking about film equipment news, say if like a huge new camera drops, something like that might be interesting to talk about. Kind of like film news itself. Let's like we've got a topic coming up about the X-Men coming soon, and we've got a music video topic as well later on in the show. Ariana Grande's new song, Thank You Next, is blowing up on YouTube and everywhere else at the moment. So we'll be talking about that, kind of the links it has with kind of like 2000s and 90s films, the kind of the rom-coms. And yeah, let's start off with our first topic.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go straight into it.
Sure. So the article is originally brought from Cinema Blend, and the title is The Russo Brothers. Oh, my internet's just loading. The Russo Brothers are certain that the X-Men are coming to the MCU.
I have so many opinions on this.
Really?
Unbelievably, I'm very mad about this.
Oh, God. You're mad?
Yes, I'm mad about this.
Oh, wow, okay.
Hold
that opinion. Let's read a bit of the article.
I shall do.
I want to go straight into that opinion, but let's just head into this article first. So, just read a little bit of it. Superhero movies have become commonplace over the last few years. So here is a quote from Joe Russo. If people who are watching don't know or listening don't know, the Russo brothers are the people that directed what's it called? Infinity War, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a Marvel fan. It's just like there's so many of them.
Yeah,
the names
it's so difficult to keep up with all the specific tiny details on every single film. Like,
sure. So the quote is from Joe Russo. I'm sure of it. I'm certain, with bracket president of Marvel Studios close bracket Kevin Feige, who also has been on a historic run in the business, that he's going to incorporate those characters in under the large Marvel umbrella. Ooh. Now, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with it.
You're not thrilled?
Nope.
Let's jump into this. Let's know why you're not thrilled. I'm interested to know why you're not thrilled.
It just makes me mad thinking about it. Like, we're gonna get to a point in all the Marvel universes that where everybody is involved. Every single superhero, every single supervillain. They're gonna do a film one day just to end it all off, to blow it all off. That's every single supervillain and every single superhero ever made. They'll start combining DC and Marvel next. I know they will. Definitely. It's ridiculous. I don't think they should be doing this. I think, especially X-Men, like, just keep X-Men and
separate.
Everything. Yeah, separate.
Well, one of the things I kind of wrote in the show notes is that kind of X-Men in cinema over the last, like, coming on 2 decades, but not quite, it's been kind of like kind of telling a story almost of like racism in a way. It's like like closer to xenophobia probably. But
are we going there? Oh, we're going there. I think we're going there.
No, it's like
I don't know if we should go there.
It's that whole comparison of like, oh, these people are different and we hate them for a specific reason.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get that.
That's kind of the story they've been waving in, but like, how do they incorporate that into a film universe where you've got a freaking like giant green man?
Yeah, some of these, like, part of the Marvel universe, like, people who are in the Avengers, so Spider-Man and Iron Man and Captain America, they were all they weren't born into what has happened to them.
No.
They kind of got experimented into it, or it happened by chance. Everyone in the X-Men was born with what they had, or it was, released halfway through their life. The way that it should stay separate from that. It should show like kind of 2 sides of life. You get born with it and you can still do great things, or it can happen halfway through your life and you can still do great things.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in mashing it up together.
Yeah.
Just because, some people
I think the 2
are being a
don't
bit
make sense
yeah.
Obviously it does because they're from the Marvel comic books and like Wolverine speaks to Captain America in the comic books. So like from that angle, it's been done before.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily translate well to film. Might not.
I understand where they're coming from because obviously Deadpool is very closely related to Wolverine and Cable, but they're wanting to put Deadpool in with the Avengers. And I just think that's ridiculous.
It's a total shift. It's especially with Deadpool, the whole Ryan Reynolds thing. He would absolutely carry that character on.
He would. It wouldn't be. There's too many strong characters in there. Like, there's too many different characters. There's no point in, kind of mixing them together when they've got the same personalities.
Yeah.
So it's like the one that's supposed to kind of be cocky in the Avengers is Iron Man, and that's exactly Deadpool. If them two had a kind of like a fight, like a trash talk off or something, obviously Deadpool would win because he's a stronger character, and I think he's so much better on his own.
Yeah.
When he was fighting on his own in like the first movie, I just found it so much better than when he was fighting with everybody else. I just didn't really see the point in it.
Sure. No, I get that. I think an interesting thing to discuss is that I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is what it is today because it didn't have those characters.
Yeah.
It's like if they had the right, because if people don't know, in the 90s, Marvel sold off the X-Men, Spider-Man rights, stuff like that, to Sony, Fox, because, they were going bankrupt, so they sold the movie rights. And a couple of years later, both companies made the movies.
Yeah.
But I think the MCU is the series it is because they didn't have those characters. If they launched kind of not necessarily with an Iron Man movie, but say Marvel launched in 2007 a Spider-Man movie or an X-Men movie, we wouldn't have the cast of characters we had today. We wouldn't be going to this, the stories that we're having at the moment in the MCU.
Yeah, I read in an article as well that that they'd probably replace Jennifer Lawrence's character.
Oh, Mystique. They'd be recasting that.
They're going to be recasting Mystique and everything. If they add these together, nobody's going to like it. Nobody is going to like it. Everybody, everybody was miffed off at the end of Infinity War, especially me. I was confused as anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully no spoilers for that, but like, it's just gonna start off another riot, like going up to the end of it. It's like, I feel like when unfortunately Stanley had passed away this year, in this month or last month, I feel like people had stepped up because they knew he was going to pass soon, and they were saying, okay, we're going to do this and this with your franchises, we're going to connect it together. I feel like they didn't want to, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to keep them separate for a reason, because if he wanted them to be together, I don't know if they are in comic books. If there's so many people coming at me at the moment, like, I'm sorry, but if it's in the comic books, then it's in the comic books, then it's old, it makes sense then.
Sure.
But if he wanted them to be together, he probably would have incorporated their universes more in the earlier films leading up to it, to ease the audiences into this, instead of just going straight into it. Because if everyone was together, what's that going to be, about 30 superheroes, against Thanos or something? It's ridiculous. They're just not going to do it. And then, one, that's going to cost a crap load of money, because they have to get all of those actors that are really big stars.
Yeah.
2, they're going to have to probably have an explosion every 4 minutes, because everybody makes explosions.
Well, that's the thing.
Especially, like, Cyclops has a exploding eye.
Eyes.
So you're just going to have so many explosions going on in the whole film.
That's the thing about Infinity War, is that was kind of my thoughts going into it. Is like, there's so many people, it's going to have to be just that to going on 3 hours. But then they managed it really well, but any more, and I feel like that balance would have gone.
Yeah,
so
they did separate it quite nicely.
Yeah.
But I wasn't too sure on Guardians of the Galaxy being in Infinity War. I thought it'd be better if they were separate as well, but they did that quite nicely. They did. Have you watched Infinity War? Yeah. They did it really well, especially with Thor. Meeting up with them first and everything. It was a good. It just was a good kind of wrap up, because you obviously love all the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy, and obviously you love everyone in the Avengers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just hopefully they don't mess up next year. March 3rd, I think, May 3rd.
Is that the Infinity War Part 2?
Part 2, yes.
Ooh.
I am excited for it. I'd probably go and watch the midnight release, if I'm honest. Hopefully someone will come with me.
We can go. I didn't watch the midnight release for Infinity War. I've only been to one. It was Civil War, the midnight release I went to. Captain
I watched
America.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1 and 2 in midnight release. So we watched the first one.
It'd be fun to watch, just like as a fresh crowd, everyone laughing together.
It was just really weird though. There was so many seats as well, and I feel so bad. But come on, if there's so many seats, don't sit next to somebody. Don't do it. Don't sit next to somebody who's not.
That to me on the bus today.
It's so irritating. I just had somebody next to me crunching popcorn really loudly. It's like, no, stop it. Please leave.
Yeah.
I don't care if you've booked these specific seats. It's halfway through the film. Obviously, nobody's coming in now.
Yeah, just move.
Just leave me alone. I just want to watch the movie in peace.
Yeah. So we really want to hear from you. So send us a tweet at SLWF
definitely.
Films. Send us DMs and comment on our Instagram posts. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we have for that topic. So I think we should move on.
Yeah, I think on...
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think on Instagram they should tell us kind of their favourite song of the week.
Song of the week.
And maybe new up-and-coming artists that we could probably promote, and I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
I know somebody that I worked with a couple of weeks ago. She's called Maisie Peters.
Okay.
She's been touring with Tom Walker, who did the Leave a Light On that everybody knows so famously. But she is amazing. She writes such passionate music. If you've had a breakup and you want to listen to sad songs to make you more sad, listen to Maisie Peters.
Noted. Thank you. Yeah, it'd be great if we could have kind of like, as like an upcoming podcast ourselves, if we had some like upcoming music. That'd be quite cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that was our first news topic. So I kind of just want to kind of keep the film thing going a bit and talk about. It's not new as in brand spanking new, but Fantastic Beasts. Have you seen the second movie?
I'm gonna have so many people coming at me now, but I've not watched any of the Harry Potters or anything from the spin-offs from the Harry Potters.
Yeah.
After, I think, like the 6th one.
Okay. So you didn't see 7 or 8?
No, I didn't see those parts.
Fantastic Beast or 1 or 2?
No, because I feel like it'd be connected. Isn't it Harry's son or something?
Oh no, that's
Harry's daughter.
That's the West End play, the Cursed Child.
Oh, the Cursed Child. I thought that was part. How is? Oh no, it's a prequel, isn't it?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is the prequel.
Yeah, it's the prequel of all the Harry Potters, isn't it? Okay. No, okay, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna spoil things.
Oh dear.
Sorry. I don't think you mind though, do you?
No, I won't watch it if I'm honest.
Okay. So I didn't like it, the second Fantastic Beasts film.
You know what? I actually do have a friend who said the same thing.
Really?
She said that it wasn't amazing because she watched the midnight release.
Oh,
it wasn't amazing, but it was okay, and she loves everything about Harry Potter. I can probably speak on her behalf basically because she just tells me everything.
Sure. My background with Harry Potter is I watched the movies casually as a kid because like I was in the generation kind of growing up when the films were coming out. So I was born in '97, so I think the first film came out 2001, 2002, somewhere around there.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So I watched them, and then I bought the last book first, and I read the last book without knowledge. I know I was a weird kid.
That's quite strange, buying the last book. It's like opening any book and just reading the last page.
Keep in mind, there was a school teacher that read the last page of the last book. I don't know if you remember that story. It got like massive press coverage. But anyway, moving on. So I read the first book, and then I read the last book, and then I read the second book, and then my mum said, "What are you doing? This is stupid." And I thought, "Yeah, Mum, thank you." Then I bought all the collection, read them all, finished the movies, loved them all. And then the Cursed Child came out. Read the play. Play was okay. It's actually a really good one to read, because I'm an actor. Yeah. I read a lot of plays.
How was the actual film? What did you think of the first film?
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cursed Child, I think.
No, so Cursed Child is the play.
Okay, and then the film.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's it.
Is the spin-off, which is what we're talking about.
I feel like the movie titles are just getting longer and longer and longer.
They are, aren't they,
it's like a sentence. Just to listen to a film, just to watch a film, sorry.
Sure. So then I watched the first Fantastic Beasts movie. Everyone was like, yeah, it's Harry Potter again, woo! And I was like, it's alright, just okay. And then I watched the second one, probably a week after it came out. I wasn't too bothered. I wasn't going to go, but then I had a couple of friends come, and I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I thought, this ain't touching the magic of what the first 7 movies are coming from. And I just decided there and then this franchise isn't for me. In terms of the 8 movies and the books will always have a place in my heart, but all the new stuff, none of it's touched me in a way that quite grabs that. There are some things from the movie I really didn't like, which I want to talk about.
Go on.
So first one, and I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, especially if you're a diehard fan about it, like, you definitely want to know what they're thinking, because
their thoughts, exactly. Yeah. It's not just me and you, this is an ongoing discussion with all our people listening as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So Jude Law as Dumbledore.
Oh yeah.
I was a bit confused. I think Jude Law is a really strong actor. Don't get me wrong. But I wasn't a fan of his portrayal of Dumbledore. This is our 3rd Dumbledore now. We had, I think his name was Richard Harris, was the first gentleman that died. And we had Michael Gambon, who did a great job. They both did great jobs. And then Jude Law as Dumbledore, I feel like, how would you say it? Like, I feel like this could be any character. This could be like, I don't know, a wizard Tom from down the road, and it could just, like, I don't see him as like having any specific Dumbledore characteristics, and without the story kind of like taking the turn it does and like involving Dumbledore, like he's just there to make it like more of a connection to the main series, the main Harry Potter series. Obviously, you know, it's like, what is it, like 70 years difference or whatever it is between the films and the prequels, but so they had to make him younger. I totally understand that, but in Chamber of Secrets, now you said you've seen Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, I have seen
We
that.
see Dumbledore as like still a pretty old dude, and that's probably about like 10 years after this. Like Jude Law in 10 years time, it's looking like that. Jude Law is in some serious trouble, man. So I think the Jude Law casting was a bit questionable. You know, it was Jude Law, he did a great job, but just the coming from an actor's standpoint, the characterization for me just wasn't there. I had a bit of confusion around the story, like things just went all over the place for me. Things got confusing, but one thing I really, really, really loved about the film was it got you on Grindelwald, which is the villain's side, played by Johnny Depp. Towards the end, it kind of felt like through the movie, oh, this is just another big bad guy and he's evil just because he's evil. But towards the end, he kind of, obviously giving out tons of spoilers so far for everything, we're going to do that because we're talking about films, but major spoiler for the ending of the film, he talks about kind of like why he's doing the things he's doing. He wants to enslave the Muggles, and he kind of like likens everything they're doing, and like he's aware that World War II is about to drop, and kind of like look at their weapons, look at all this, and it kind of like you understand. You don't agree, but you understand where he's going.
Yeah,
and it's almost almost compares to Hitler in kind of like the way that he was clearly a bad dude, but like he had kind of like some like traits of a leader kind of thing. Like when you kind of like see him, like he could get a crowd going and stuff like that. Not that like obviously don't condone anything, but you can kind of see like the comparison, and like Grindelwald's got that going on for him, and just the way he like gets the crowd going, and like he like makes all these people believe these terrible things. It's just kind of like he's just got the means to be a great propaganda leader, like a great. It's like what Ollivander says in the first book: "It's terrible but great," you know.
Yeah.
So I love that aspect of it, and kind of like I'm interested. I will see them because I'm a film buff and everything, but I just won't care about them going forward. And I'd love to see kind of like where that goes, and kind of like the World War II aspect moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad you poured your heart out into that.
Oh, thank you.
That's what we needed. We obviously need something that people are very specific about, they adore and stuff like that. So, do you think are they supposed to be due to make a third film, or?
Oh, they've.
Because it's from books,
5.
Isn't it, by J.K. Rowling as well?
These aren't books. She writes screenplays and she releases.
I thought at first they were books. So.
Oh, so. Just before we move on, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was a comic relief book that was released. However, it's just one of Harry's textbooks, so it's got like all the magical creatures in it, and it's by Newt Scamander, who is the main character in Fantastic Beasts. So there is a connection to a book, but like it's not based on a book. She writes the screenplays that she released.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
and there's 5 films at least coming out. They're all kind of in development. Sort of semi-simultaneously, I believe.
Well, I hope they wrap it up nicely then. If the second,
usually
films do that. They kind of have a really good roller coaster up, and then they go down a bit, and then they go up a little bit, and then they go down a bit, and then up at the end, and then everyone's happy. So let's just hope that they do that within with the Avengers as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
do you want to take the lead on this next topic?
Yes, we can move on.
Okay.
Music videos are my forte.
Okay.
I love music videos. It is the main reason I got into media, actually.
Really?
The main reason that I actually got into editing at all.
Oh wow.
I do like it sounds quite cringy, but it's mostly K-pop. If you've heard of Korean pop music and all the music videos from there. Oh, it's a pure work of art. I love it so much. Not just Psy. Everyone's like, oh, what about Psy?
Yeah.
No, there's other bands.
There's tons of
yeah,
them.
but they're amazing. Like, oh.
They come up on Reddit all the time.
Yeah, I recommend music video wise. I recommend EXO, Just Right, or Love Me Right. Yeah, it's Love Me Right. That one is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's visually beautiful. I love it.
Oh, nice.
But
you have to show
we're not talking about K-pop because if we do, I will talk for 2 hours. We are talking about Ariana Grande.
Oh, wow.
Cue the applause in the background. Yes. Okay, cool. And then she has brought out her new video, which she actually teased about. She actually did a 10-second teaser.
Did she?
For it before she actually released it, which is quite. It's quite strange for celebrities to do that and artists to do that, to have a teaser trailer for the music video that they're going to bring out next week.
Yeah.
But it made sense because of the way that she kind of did it.
Okay. I wasn't aware of the teaser, actually.
Yeah, it was on her Instagram, and obviously all the news article buffs just went for it. But no, I thought it was a really, really good music video. It's just...
There's some really strong parts of the video.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very touching song. Very, like, it's everything that she says in it, everything that she does in the music video. It makes sense. It all makes sense. It's just really nice, and I'm glad that they took more of a humorous kind of nostalgic take on the music video itself, instead of just going with kind of a, own music videos where she's looking beautiful in like a pool of water or something like that.
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
there's a lot of throwbacks in this music video as well.
Yeah, there is. That's why I said it's quite nostalgic, because of the films that she actually kind of did a little bit of a parody / spoof of. So the main one obviously was Mean Girls. That was the teaser trailer, actually.
Oh, okay.
The teaser trailer was when all the girls in Mean Girls actually say like, oh, Regina George does this, oh, Regina George does that, and they've changed it to obviously Ariana Grande, and they had some characters who were actually in the Mean Girls film replay that, which was really good. Like that. Yeah,
they reprised.
Must have cost a lot of money, this music video, seriously. And then we had another classic scene from the Mean Girls, the Christmas dance. And the mom dancing in the audience, who was actually Kris Jenner.
By Kendall Jenner? No.
Kris Jenner.
That one. I'm not keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, neither am I. I just know
I knew
that
it was one of them.
Yeah, it's the mom. She kind of did it quite well. I don't know. She says something at the end of the music video, like, it's just so cringy, and it's just no. I think she says like, work it, and then
work it,
and it's just like, no, stop. Please stop that. I don't know, it's just a bit cheesy, but I know the rest of it is cheesy as well.
Sure. I was reading a lot of kind of articles for the music video in preparation for the podcast.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were talking about kind of the throwbacks. So you mentioned Mean Girls. There's others, but one thing that I kind of spotted in the music video that I haven't really seen anything written about is a lot of the characters in it wear like is it checkered like clothing, and it kind of looks to me like a throwback to Clueless. Did you ever see Clueless?
No, I didn't.
Clueless came out in 1995, and it's kind of just like the precursor to all these kind of like the films that are in there. So I feel like there is kind of a bit of a throwback to Clueless as well. We watched it in English.
That'd make sense as well. Especially, do you mean like all the checkered skirts and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like
the style of uniform.
It's like that one. kind of more brightness.
Being shown something. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. It could probably. Yeah, it could. That was kind of like the olden 1980s, 1990s kind of style for uniforms and stuff. You could also even relate that to a film that was actually before Mean Girls, and kind of Mean Girls slightly ripped it off, called Heathers.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
They wear all checkered kind of blazers and skirts and stuff like that.
Maybe it's in relationship to that. What one?
It maybe, but
when did that come out?
1995.
Okay, so same time as Clueless.
Yeah, maybe. It might be earlier. It might be later. I can't remember. But no, that's a really, really good film as well, and that obviously does 3 girls.
88.
And then 88. Oh.
I think it might be in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see so maybe Clueless was inspired by Heathers. Then.
Yeah. So Heathers came out, and the storyline of that is 3 girls, and then one girl who isn't as popular comes in, and then joins it. Sounds a bit familiar.
You just described all of them.
Literally, sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually just Mean Girls. They just modernized Mean Girls, but I think obviously Heathers takes a very, very dark turn.
Okay.
So I think that's the way that they kind of changed it, but you can tell that that's where they got the original storyline from.
Sure.
But yeah, back to the music video. The actual music video stuff. It also did a film called Bring It On. So the girls wearing the cheerleader outfits and the red, I don't know what letter is on the front of the chest, but that's also a very high schooly nostalgic thing. So them dancing and them, I think the one being pregnant, I think she was part of Bring It On, but I might be wrong on that. I might be completely wrong. I don't know.
The pregnant one, I believe, was one of her people in Victorious, probably.
No,
I have no idea. She was
pregnant one is a YouTuber. She's called Colleen Ballinger or something like that, and her YouTube name is actually I forgot her name. Oh dear.
I didn't even know she was in Victorious. Victorious.
What, you didn't know Ariana Grande was in Victorious? No, that's where she started. Literally,
yeah. Well,
I was obsessed with it. It's my era, really.
Yeah.
But no, the girl who is also, there's 2 girls that are also in Victorious.
Yeah, there's a guy as well, isn't there?
I don't know. I didn't see a guy.
Bennett.
I'm not good with names. There's the girl who played Jade. I don't remember her name. And there's another girl who plays an annoying big sister. She's one of the cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's named Jade in Victorious, she's walking with Ariana Grande. So yeah. But no, it was good. It was a nice, humorous, memorable video, and all of her videos are really memorable. She's just got a really good production team behind her, thinking of ideas. You never know, she might have actually come up with it herself. People were saying that, there's loads of gossip around about when she's reading the burn book, because there's a burn book, obviously. And she's on the bed and she's like writing kind of her exes in there.
Yeah.
I think, I might be wrong, but I think people were saying that on Big Sean's page, which is obviously one of Ariana's exes, would get it again or something like that. So everyone was freaking out, thinking, oh, she might go for him again. And it's like, you're either just reading too into it, or she was just making a joke with you. But
in the music scene, though, there's so much kind of forced conflict, and it's basically like a real life soap opera, you know. So that's probably planned, you know.
I really did enjoy the fact that even though it was a humorous video, she didn't disrespect Malcolm in any way, which is Mac Miller, who sadly also passed away a couple of weeks or months ago from overdosing. It was just so sad. That was a really sad thing.
He was talented. And I checked him out.
He was really talented, and they were so nice together. But the backlash that she got from it was just awful. It was just terrible. But I'm really glad that she put his name in one of her songs, but didn't really kind of focus on it too much in the video, because the video is obviously a parody. It's obviously it's obviously a homage to all these films.
Yeah.
So you just don't want to put somebody that you've been with for years or a year or whatever, you know, who has sadly passed away, and you're still grieving over, into a video that is supposed to be humorous. You know, so I'm really glad that she's very generous. She's very caring. There might be loads of people that are like, ugh, no, I hate her because of this, this, and this. And it's like, well, if you really think about it, like, all the stuff that she's done compared to what you kind of probably done, you know, like, I bet you didn't, you know, do as much as you can for the One Love Manchester.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
I bet you didn't.
So much respect for her.
Yeah.
Because
she came back.
We're from Manchester.
Yeah.
I've had some of the best nights of my life in that venue.
Yeah, and it was an awful thing.
Yeah, cried my eyes out listening to Take That.
Yeah, and I get emotional every time I listen to One Last Time. People were saying that it was the last song that she sung, but it wasn't. The people who were at the concert knew that she sung one more after One Last Time, but they just wanted to make it out like, oh yeah, like this was really coincidental, you know. So, but it's the fact that she still remembers everything. She still gives money. She goes to the hospitals to visit these people. Yeah. She supports the families that have lost their children or like their families in any way. It was an awful night. Like I can say I'm originally from Wigan, and my college was just silent for the whole day. The day after, they were just silent. They couldn't talk about it. They couldn't. No one wanted to smile, because it was just awful, because we knew at the end of that year we were going to move into Manchester for university. Yeah. So I
was down south in uni when it all happened.
It's so sad. But
really
I'm so glad that she's just a generous person. I think that's because she grew up being a Nickelodeon star. Like, you have to be, if you're working with kids, or if you're working to entertain kids, you're not going to be a bit of a arsehole, are you? You're not going to be a nasty person, are you? There might be celebrities that are nasty.
Some kind of divas come out of that child actor stuff, though.
Yeah.
But, like, I totally get what you mean.
You can tell when someone's genuine, and you can tell when someone's just putting on. Yeah, I think she's just a really genuine person.
Okay, so send us your tweets on what you thought about us kind of talking about music videos. If that's sort of something you want to hear more about going forward, we can do a segment on it probably every episode.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be kind of a cool thing.
Stephen, there's it's a bit strange, but I've got this weird feeling that you've got a sponsorship to do. It's a bit weird. Like, I'm sure I like heard that from the heavens. Yeah, a sponsorship. I'm sure it's about this website.
Well, we technically do have a sponsorship.
You know what? You need to tell us about it, Stephen.
It's it's not a sponsorship in terms of like a business gave us $10,000 to talk about them.
Oh, I'd love that, but
it's part of what the Spread Like Wildfire is. So if you guys head over to www.spreadlikewildfirestore.com, we have because it's a film company, we have a load of film gear available to purchase. It's currently only shipped to the UK. However, I'm looking into kind of like worldwide shipping. So we have all sorts of stuff on there. We have this amazing little, it's a minimalist style designer bag from a brand called Caden, and you can fit in your laptop in there. You can fit in your fits kind of like a DSLR mirrorless kind of like Canon 5D kind of size camera with a lens. A great thing about it is it's $39.95 including delivery to the UK, including taxes, VAT and all that. And it's this beautiful style bag. It's grey, it's beautiful, and it's like function and form combined. So it's like if you're doing kind of like a bit of street photography, you don't want a camera bag because someone might nick it. You know, if it's kind of, it looks like this is a piece of equipment inside this bag, people will want to take it potentially. So if you have kind of like a basically non-offensive bag with everything in it you need to do, it does two jobs, so you can like use it not as a camera bag and as a camera bag. So that's one of the products I want to shout out there.
That bag is an amazing 2-in-1, and you look at it and you think, oh, I need that right now. I need that for my camera, and I don't need it for my camera.
Yeah,
you know?
I need it for my everything else.
So you need it for your everyday life, but I also need it for my camera and my photography work. It's amazing, like these types of bags. And yes, you won't get it stolen because nobody knows that there might be a camera in it.
Nobody knows your 2
There might be a camera
in
it. There might not be a camera in it. There might be a car in there, and nobody would know. You know, that's how amazing this bag is. So I think it'd be definitely worth the money.
One more thing before we go.
Definitely.
With spreadlikewildfirestore.com, we have, as a brand new podcast, as a brand new company, we have out of the bat original t-shirt designs.
Oh my lord. Oh,
yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing that it's the start of a production company and we have our own t-shirts already. Yes.
We have 4 designs.
Oof.
We have, from memory, because I don't have them. Actually, let's get up to the Instagram and talk about them.
Ooh, Instagram. And what is our Instagram again, Stephen?
Our Instagram again is @SLWF Films, and we have 4 pictures, kind of like recently in the timeline you can check out of the t-shirts.
And do you think very soon, Stephen, that there's going to be some modelling of these t-shirts when they are bought? And then we can show these guys how amazing it looks on you.
On people,
yeah definitely. On
right
male
now,
and
we only
female.
have kind of like the pictures available of the t-shirts, but modeling like people wearing them definitely. Before I tell you what we've got, I will tell you that they're available in men's and women's sizes.
Ooh.
I was just going to get a unisex one, but then I decided no, women deserve proper ones. They really do.
Yeah.
Like, so much of this kind of like YouTube podcasting thing is aimed around the male community, and I think that needs to change. So men's and women's sizes are available. I have to double check the price, but I believe it's $13.95, including postage to the UK for both sizes, for both men and women, any size. And you get an original design with that. So we have design number 1, director's cut, which is a clapperboard and a meat cleaver combined. It's kind of like a horror filmy vibe. Really cool t-shirt. We've got Straight Out of Production, which is kind of a vibe from Straight Out of Compton. We've kind of like, says production instead of Compton. We've got Real Life, which says real life, but it's a film reel. It's REELLIFE, Real Life. Then on top of that, we've got our last one, which is We'll Fix It in Post, which is a film production saying that you should never ever say. It's like saying Macbeth in a theatre. And it's got like a red circle and a line through it, because we should never say we'll fix it in post. But that's been me, Stephen. That's been you, Olivia.
Yes,
and
definitely.
We will tune in again for the 2nd episode of All About Film, the podcast, which is all about film.
Make sure to check out all of our social medias, everything that is going down. If you've heard anything today that you do like or don't like, please leave a comment in all of them.
Let us know, 'cause our feedback is important.
Yeah, the feedback is definitely important, especially when we're just starting out, and especially because this is our first podcast. We want to know how we can be better for you guys to listen to, whether that be in any audio complaints or even just topic complaints, things that we should and shouldn't say on this channel. So just let us know in any of the comments, or go into our Facebook, our Instagram, everything, and please try and look at all these amazing types of pictures and t-shirts and bags and everything that we're going to be releasing. So yes.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank yous.